So before we begin today's video, there's something I want to talk about real fast that's been coming up, that came up in the comments a couple times that I want to address. So, as you know, Disgaea has a lot of things going for it. It has the item world, it has the specialist system, it has the fact that you can level up insanely fast, all this gear stealing, and just all sorts of things, and the game can be overwhelming at times. But there's something I want to let all of you watching out there know. If this is your first time playing the game, and you really don't want to get into the nitty-gritty stuff, and you think the item world is overly complicated, or you've been turned off to the game because of just how overwhelming it can be, I want to point out, and I believe I said this in the first video, but if not, I'm going to say it here now. This NPC over here, Lisa, will tell you that there are many features in the game like the Dark Assembly and the item world, and you can beat the game with minimal knowledge. And I think it's important that I point out that this is a really important thing to know, because if you want to beat the game, all you really need to do is make sure your team is decently leveled, and by decently I don't mean over-leveled, just gain a couple of levels per map or something or whatever. Make sure your equipment is at least kind of up to date, or if you prefer, you can keep your equipment up to date at all times. When you want to, make a new character with the at the Dark Assembly. And you can just make sure you can use the same units that you start the game with. Like, if you want to just stick with the warrior up to whatever level you want, you can do that. Transmigration, you don't have to do that. You never have to do any of that stuff if you want to just complete the game. In fact, if you're even ridiculous enough, you can beat the game with just the main characters. There are a lot of different options at your disposal, and that's the beauty of this game. But even with that all in mind, keep in mind that this is a niche game. Disgaea is not a game made for everyone. It was made for a specific audience, and I don't want to come across in this video series as being overwhelming or being too presumptuous, because I played the game a certain way. I've played through this game since it came out, pretty much. And I played through this game many times since it came out, and I just have a very specific way of playing. Yes, I'm over-leveled, and yes, I did go to the item world, and yes, I do show off all of the stuff that I did, because I feel as though that's important to you guys to let you know what I did. But you don't have to do any of that. If you want to beat the game, just level up, buy new equipment, go to the stages, and beat the stages, and boom, you'll beat the game just fine. Because that's how I did it the first time I played through the game. In fact, the first time I played through the game, I didn't even bother leveling up everyone. I only made Laharl really strong, and I managed to solo the game beating the game with Laharl, and let me tell you, it was hard, but I did it. With all of that out of the way. Hey there guys, Prince Laharu-kun here, and welcome back to Let's Play Disgaea Hour of Darkness. In the last episode, we started Chapter 4, I should say, and we went ahead and continued on with the main story. In this episode, we're most likely going to finish up 4.3 and 4.4, but I wanted to let you guys know that not really much has changed. I'm still relatively overleveled, but I did actually end up using Chapter 4-1 to level up quite a bit. So you might notice that, yeah, I'm a little bit overleveled for this part of the game. Aside from that, really, I don't think there was much that I really did aside from leveling. I know that Flan now has Star, and this is how I usually use Flan, is I just give her a Star, because Star is a really powerful spell and isn't reliant on weaknesses. So, that's just how I level up Flan. Aside from that, I don't think there was much else that I did. Yeah, I think that was pretty much it. I might end up leveling up Hogmiser at some point just to show him off, but really, he's not that great, and I really don't care too much for him, but you know, it's whatever. So, with that out of the way, I'm going to obsessively heal, because this is what I do. I always get really nervous that I don't end up healing. And we're going to go to Blazing Core 4.3 Blazing Field. Oh yeah, we don't really know much about the Seraph now, do we? Huh. Oh. Well, thanks, Laharl. That's something you want to tell to one of your angel friends. I might be killing your leader sometime soon. Yes, that's a fantastic thing to say. Flan? Yeah, I'm with Etna. This is probably not a good idea. What are you doing? Okay, that's about what I expected. That also sounds like something an angel would do. Yeah, I kind of want to hear about his weak points too there, Laharl, just in case. Oh yeah, I wonder if Etna does. Well, I guess that makes sense considering what we know. Nope. Sorta. That's about what I expected. Okay, so 4-3. 4-3 is a very interesting map. As you can see, the entire map, well, most of the map is covered in enemy boost plus 50%. And if you come over here, you notice we have a ton of enemies on the map. However, we're introduced to a new enemy type, the Nightmare. Nightmares are really annoying. They have decently high stats for this point in the game, and are probably going to be your biggest cause of contention. As you can see, they have incredibly high attack, but their defense is actually relatively low. So, really, they're kind of glass cannons in that sense. As you can see here, they have a skill called Fire Dance, and Fire Dance attacks, I think it's three enemies in a line in front of them. And you want to keep that in mind too, because these Nightmares love to use Fire Dance. So if you have a habit of putting your units in a row, it's probably not a good idea to do that whenever these guys are around. And you want to not do that, because these guys are going to hurt, especially this early on in the game. They don't have quite as high damage output as the Killer Armor, but even still, because they have an attack that hits multiple units, you want to be really careful of that. And of course, as is the case with all enemies in Chapter 4, Chapter Sode 4, they have a weakness to ice, but that only applies to this particular chapter. Now, one thing of note, there is a damage 20% symbol right here. If you know anything about geo symbols, if you really want to get through this map, like, really quickly, you can just kill these 5 enemies here, and you can just throw this symbol on here and wait 5 turns and everything will die. Because as far as I understand it, these enemies will never come after you and are not aggressive unless you get within their range. So, that's the easy way to do things, but I'm not going to do that, because I want experience, even though I don't need it. So the best thing to do at the start is to, if you have any characters that have any sort of attack that can hit multiple enemies, you definitely want to use those. Because the more enemies that you can get cleared out of this, the easier it'll be, because once you can get rid of this giant line of just annoying enemies, you're good. So after we do that, I think I'm going to have you use Blade Rush, and hope that you can do that, please. Thank you. You're level 21, Odin. You better be able to handle that. Now, of course, because we do have this enemy plus 50% panel, we do want to get rid of that ASAP. Now, I don't think they'll be able to attack you from anywhere over here, so the best way to go about this is actually to use range, as is usually the case in this game because range is just that good. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take out Fu, and we're going to throw Fu over here, and we're going to have you use Ice, and you just barely can't reach them. Can Mega Ice reach with this level 1? No, it can't. Okay. I really need to level up your staff level or your spell level or something, because that kind of sucks. And there you go. Now, one thing I like to do is I like to send my stronger defense units down here and just soak up the attacks from these guys, because if you have a mage, mage's level 2 spells are really, really good to use against these enemies, precisely because they'll usually just surround one particular unit. So, like, I'm going to take out Weaver, and I'm probably going to have Weaver spearhead the attack over here, and that was an unintentional pun, because Weaver uses spears. I'm good at this, I promise. Alternatively, I think I'll also just take out Sample Man and bring him over here. Because if I can lure these guys over, the best thing to really do is you don't want to get overwhelmed by these guys, because they're all going to surround one unit and use Jackknife, and if you go too far in, you're also going to pull in these killer armors, and you're going to have a bad time, to put it one way. And I think this should be good for this turn, so we're going to see about... well, at least we got one of them. Yeah, there we go. And we're going to have a counter war, but I'm going to win because I'm a fist fighter, and fist fighters kick serious butt. Alright. Next, I think we're gonna take out... let's go ahead and take out Flan, because I think she has a new... yeah, she's got a new attack that I want to show off. So we're gonna show that off, hopefully this turn, if I do this right. Knowing me, I won't. But I think this is actually really... yeah, that actually worked out better than I thought. So this is Holy Arrow.
Sorry, I won't hold back.
That was a beautiful combination of random things that Flan can say. Like, that couldn't have been more perfect. I don't actually really use Holy Arrow, so I don't know if that's just programmed that way, but that was awesome. Sorry, I won't hold back. Oh man. But yeah, we've already made a pretty big dent on that area over there, so we're gonna move Fu up over here a bit. We're gonna have her once again be one space off, which is just how this goes, I suppose. That was a rhyme. We're gonna pull you over. We're gonna pull you over here. I've been playing way too much Final Fantasy XIV. Jeez. Talking about pulls and stuff. That's how you know you're addicted, when you start talking about it and other stuff. Oh dang. Okay. I guess, yeah, I forget killer armors don't really have that much movement. That much movement. That's the word I'm looking for. I said it right the first time and then just was like, no, that can't be right, but it definitely was. Now, we're gonna use Impaler, because I'm gonna bank on, well, regardless of what happens, it's probably gonna pull this this Nightmare over here. So I'm gonna get Little Fu over here into position to take out the Nightmare when he comes by. She's got Star, and I leveled up her level 1 Star spell quite a bit because Flan is actually a really potent mage. If you're really only planning on having one mage, I would recommend it be Flan, just because of how friggin' good her Staff Mastery is. Because she has an S in Staff Mastery, and she just gets naturally high intelligence, and because her aptitudes are all 100, unlike mages, you can literally make Flan into a tanking powerhouse if you really want to. So I guess we're gonna move you guys up here. I think we've pretty much got this map in the bag. You didn't move. That's weird. You totally could have attacked Weaver with the Fire Dance and you didn't. I mean, I'm not gonna complain, but if you want to give me this map, I'm not... I don't have a problem with that. Alright. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and let Weaver finish off this, I'm gonna use a diagonal throw here because I'm a cheater. Yeah, you can hit him with Impaler. I think, assuming... Dang it. Of course you have, like, a little bit of health left. And of course Weaver's an amazing, awesome badass who kills him in one hit. The joys of being overleveled. And of course you use Power Slice. But that's not gonna really do much, because you're attacking Flan. You know what? Let's go ahead and finish you off with Holy Arrows, just because I feel like it.
Sorry, I won't hold back.
Nope, she definitely is programmed to say that. Got it. Alright, and with that, stage is cleared, and we can move on to the Molten Labyrinth. And I think, because we're only at the roughly 13-minute mark or so, I think I'm going to do that this episode. Because the next chapter, or the next stage actually isn't terribly long, it's just mostly cutscene. And I think aside from that, there's really nothing else I need to do. So we're good to go. So yeah, let's go ahead and take on 4-4, the Molten Labyrinth.
Flawn is probably beating her last breath now. She could have lived a long life had she not been so ambitious. That fool. No one can stop me now. What? The pendant shining! Hot! Hot! Too hot! I have no use for this anymore!
Ow! Oh, that hurt! Who threw this? That was dangerous! This is a beautiful pendant. It must be a gift from the heavens, a reward for my good behavior. I thank you, oh God.
Moron! What demon thanks a god?
Huh? Who just called moi a moron?
Me!
Oh, what a lucky day indeed, to be able to confront my rival once again.
Wait a second. Since when did I become your rival?
Hey, it's Mid-Boss! Why are you still pestering us? We beat you already, remember?
You should never assume that I am dead. Besides, my name is the Dark Adonis.
My pendant!
What a lovely mademoiselle. You recognize this pendant?
Please, Mr. Midboss, may I have the pendant? It's mine!
With all due respect, I prefer to be called the Dark Adonis.
I need it! I beg of you!
I cannot do that, even at the request of someone so lovely. I found this pendant. Therefore, it belongs to moi.
Man, he's as low as the prince.
Shut up! Don't put me on the same level as him!
Oh my! The pendant will punish those with a wicked heart. If you don't let go soon, you'll... Huh?
What's the deal here? Isn't he supposed to be punished?
Yes, he should be. That's strange. Is it broken?
Unfortunate, is it not? The heavens would never punish such a pure heart as mine. And to match such a beautiful heart, I was graced with the name Dark Adonis.
Enough! I told you, you're mid-boss!
Say what you wish, but do not foolishly think that I am an ordinary mid-boss.
Hey, you just admitted that you're a mid-boss.
Quiet! I shall crush you so that I never hear the name mid-boss again! Since last I lost to you, I mastered an incomparable technique. I have trained arduously for this moment. Now, prepare for your inevitable defeat!
Alright, so 4-4 is the final stage of Chapter 4. And we have to fight Mid-Boss again. Now, a couple things to know about this chapter. So, why do I keep saying that? As you can see on the map... Wait, how do I zoom out again? Oh my gosh. Why is my L2 button being weird? There we go. As you can see on the map, there's not that many enemies. But even though there aren't that many enemies, they are all the strongest enemies of their kind. Now, after 2 or 3 turns pass, these nightmares are eventually going to become aggressive and are going to come after you regardless of whether you're within their movement range. And the turn after that, Mid-Boss here is going to actually become aggressive and attack you too. Mid-Boss has really not changed that much. He has an attack called Adonic Blast, and for the life of me, I can't remember if he had that in Chapter 1 or not. I think he did. I don't think he did, actually. Maybe he did. I don't remember. But either way, he has the same exact stuff you come to expect. He has the Adonic Blast, he's got ridiculously high HP, and his stats are actually pretty scary for this point in the game. So basically, what this chapter comes down to is being able to kill everything as quickly as possible because you don't want to get overwhelmed. Now, in order to facilitate that, we're going to take out Little Fu. We're going to bring her over here. She's going to use Mega Ice on these dudes. Mages are pretty much essential to this because, yeah, they just got destroyed. And even if she wasn't level 23, she would still massively hurt them, and you want to do as much damage as you possibly can on the first couple of turns that you have, because you really don't want these guys to come after you. Now, this Mandrake here has a new attack called Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper only attacks one enemy in front of him, so he will only use it if you get within his attack range. Jack the Ripper does a lot of damage, and as a result you want to be very careful of that. That's the reason there's only one here, is because it's level 15, and is stronger than all the other Mandrakes you've been fighting up to this point. So we're actually going to bring out Laharl, and we're going to bring Laharl up here, and we're going to hopefully lure out this dude over here, and we should be able to take him out. I'm also going to pull out Sample Man, and bring him over here, because he's going to take care of these guys over here. But, to back him up, we're also going to take out Flan, and bring Flan over here. Just in case he needs the help, but he probably won't, but, you know. Should be alright. We're also gonna take out Weaver and move Weaver over here. And we'll also bring out Gob just because it's Gob, and Gob seems to be the MVP of boss stages. So that's just how this is gonna go. And I think that should do it. If I did everything right, hopefully this guy will go after Laharl, and we'll be able to take him out in one turn. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. As you saw there, Jack the Ripper still did 6 damage to a level 19 Laharl with 260 defense. On level, and without being OP, that move hurts. Thankfully, it takes up quite a bit of SP, so he can really only use it about 3 times if you're worried about that, but you should probably only let him use it once and try to just wail on him as best you can, because you don't want to let him live too long, because that's a really strong attack, and it really sucks. So now, I'm going to bring you over here, and actually, because I have you over leveled a bit, I'm going to show off an attack you probably shouldn't be able to use, which is Lion's Roar, which costs 80 SP, and it's really stupid. that move should not cost that much this early on in the game, but it does. And that's just the weirdness of Disgaea 1's balancing. I try not to think about it too much. But that's Lion's Roar. Lion's Roar is an incredibly useful attack. This is the exact same thing that happened on my practice run. Fantastic. Okay, you're just gonna get starred and we're gonna be done with you. And Flan's really loud voice is going to just pierce the sound barrier. Thanks, Flan. I wonder if I can hit you from here. Actually, I'm gonna leave you alive to show off that they eventually do become aggressive and will start coming after you. So there. And here's Fire Dance also. It might be 4 or 5. But as you can see there, he didn't attack me, so that was just an example of, yeah, it's turn 3, so on turn 3, that's when they'll start coming after you. Or turn 2, rather. The end of turn 2. Who do I want to get this kill? You know what? I'll give this to Laharl, since Laharl's only level 19. I transmigrated him off screen, so he really needs... Well, he doesn't really need the experience, but it would be nice. Let's see how this turn goes. Let's see what happens.
Here I come!
Oh, wow. Nice job there, Sample Man. Alright, so now that we've got these guys taken care of, I'm not sure if he's gonna go... who he's gonna go after. He might act... My alarm is going off. Please, don't do that, phone. I'm not sure who he's gonna really go after. He might actually go after the Sample Man on the right. But he might actually go after Laharl, because Laharl is lower leveled. But we're gonna bring over our units this way just a bit, so that way they're at least not within his range. Because we really want to focus on taking him out as quickly as we can because of his ridiculously high HP. I'm not sure who's gonna go after. Oh, good. That's exactly what I wanted. But yeah, as you can see, mid-boss is now aggressive and will start going after you after the end of turn 3 on turn 4. So hopefully by that point you've at least weakened all the enemies, or taken them out, because getting it stuck in a combo with mid-boss really, really, really sucks. I've actually struggled with this map in the past because of that very reason. So I think we're gonna start by moving you here. And for continuity's sake, we're gonna give... No, wait, let's do this in a different order. I'm gonna have... use Hurricane Slash. You're gonna use Impaler. I'm gonna have you use Mega Ice. And if you don't kill it... then Gob is gonna use... not Giga Fire, because he resists fire because of this chapter. And there we go. I think that should be enough. I'll be really sad if it's not.
Here I come!
Though I think it might, because of that +2 combo. Gob, are you gonna get the kill again? Gob gets the kill once again. Oh my gosh. Oh my Gob, I guess I should say.
I shall show mercy on you for the sake of the lovely mademoiselle. But let moi tell you this. My name is the Dark Adonis.
Ah, my pendant!
Don't make such a pitiful face. Isn't this what you're looking for?
Laharo!
Hurry up and take it. My hand is burning.
Oh, okay.
The pendant is telling me that my heart is wicked. That's good to know.
Why?
Why what?
Why did you do all that for the pendant?
There's only one reason.
Huh?
To get that reward from you. What's so funny?
Thank you, Laharo.
Stop it already! I told you not to talk like that! It's giving me the chills! Just give me my reward! Do I have to spell it out? The reward! Give me the something good you promised me!
Oh, that. I already gave it to you.
What?
Put your hand to your heart. Can you feel it? The warmth inside your heart? You faced great danger to find this pendant. You pretend to be only evil, but there is definitely kindness in your heart. To give you the opportunity to realize that kindness, that is my reward for you.
Are you insane? How can you say something so crazy?
Kindness is love. The day is near when you will awaken to love.
Unbelievable! I've been tricked by an angel! Damn it! I'll remember this!
Deceiving the prince, huh? Not bad at all.
Really?
You look happy.
Yes, I am. I now know that there is love within Laharo's heart. And if there is love inside him, that means there is love in all demons. One day, angels and demons could be friends. I couldn't be happier.
Boy, that theory is a bit out there. You really are a love freak. But you're bound to be disappointed if you keep expecting things to turn out so cheery. Most demons would choke you from behind without a second thought.
Are you like that, Etna?
Maybe. You'll find out soon enough.
Damn that Flawn! She managed to survive. She may be a tougher adversary than I first thought. It seems that she is, in fact, manipulating those demons to do her bidding. I must return to Celestia and devise a new plan. Consider yourself lucky this time. But I, Volcanus, shall emerge victorious in the end. Got that? Don't forget it. Even if I don't make an appearance for a while. Promise me.
Introducing the Netherworld Baseball League's most notorious losers, the Rotten Peaches. In their first game of the season, they'll face last year's champs, the Dark Durians.
Their names are quite unique.
One by one, the Rotten Peaches are losing their already shaky confidence at the hands of the merciless Dark Durian Knight.
Let us all play fair now.
Out of the shadows of the dugout, Etna, a mysterious pinch hitter, appears, awakening the Rotten Peaches' true baseball spirit. Etna's soul burns brightly.
You shouldn't play with fire.
Next on Mighty Slugger Etna, Episode 5, the Miracle Full Base Hat Trick. Kick off into tomorrow.
Huh? Is this not baseball?